Bro, what is this production?
Oh!
What if the most controversial fight of the year was based on a lie? For weeks, everyone was buzzing about it. Jake Paul is set to face Gervonta Tank Davis, one of the most feared knockout artists in the world. But just as the excitement peaked, the whole event began to fall apart, revealing a shocking truth that made everyone wonder if the fight was fake from the start. The chaos began when the boxing world reacted to the official announcement. On November 14th, at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, two worlds were supposed to collide. Jake Paul, fresh from a win over a former middleweight champion, wanted to keep his controversial career going. Gervonta Davis, a lightweight champion with a fierce record, was stepping up to a challenge like no other. The news exploded in the headlines, fueled endless debates, and promised a show that seemed impossible to ignore.
Is this fight realistic? Is it going to happen? What do you know? What have you heard? And what do you think?
I think Eddie Hearn has added fuel to the fire by giving it some credence, some quality, some credit by saying this is a front runner. I really and truly don't, I could be completely wrong. And I've said it before in a few interviews, I think Jake Paul's brilliant because if he has hustled Eddie into believing this fight's really going to happen, he's played a blinder.
He should beat Jake Paul, shouldn't he?
No, he shouldn't.
You don't think? Sorry. So, I thought we were all unanimous here. You think that Jake Paul beats Gervonta Davis?
£70 is £70.
Gervonta Davis is very small. 5'5".
He's tiny, bro.
That's
what I'm saying.
Jake Paul,
he's a little man.
If Jake Paul's tucking up,
move on,
and absorbing punishment for walking forward, then look, there's a weight advantage.
Let's be clear, this was never a fair fight. It was a statistical mess that broke all boxing logic. Jake Paul fights as a cruiserweight, weighing about 200 pounds and standing 6 feet 1. Gervonta Davis is a lightweight champion, fighting at 135 pounds and standing only 5 feet 5 inches. This is not just a size difference, it's a huge gap. As boxing legend Froch noted, this matchup spans 7 weight divisions.
I mean, I don't really take Jake Paul that serious. He can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. He swings away, he stands up straight and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he does so much wrong. It's just, everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defence. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, it was a professional, and it's a mismatch. And you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody.
In the real world of professional boxing, no commission would ever approve such a fight. It was labeled an exhibition for a reason. It was too dangerous and lopsided to be a real contest. It was David versus Goliath. But in this case, Goliath had been training to knock people out for years. One boxing legend wasn't going to stay quiet about this mockery of the sport. Enter Karl the Cobra Froch. A former unified super middleweight champion, Froch is known for his brutal honesty and respect for the old school traditions of boxing. When news of Paul versus Davis broke, he spoke his mind. He immediately described the fight as a joke and an absolute mockery of boxing. To Froch, this was not a sporting event. It was a circus act that prioritized entertainment over fighter safety and legitimacy. He viewed it as Jake Paul mocking the sweet science, a spectacle that undermined the years of hard work and dedication real fighters put into their careers.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think. But the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into in the next episode. But hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf and I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Froch on Fighting, and we'll see you very soon.
Froch's unfiltered criticism struck a chord with boxing purists everywhere who felt the sport they loved was being taken over. While the world debated whether Jake Paul could survive against a killer like Tank Davis, Carl Froch changed the conversation completely. He revealed a terrifying possibility. The real danger wasn't for Jake Paul, but for Gervonta Davis. Froch explained that while Davis was far more skilled, that skill might not matter against someone like Paul. He painted a scary picture of what could happen if the 200-pound Paul landed a clean right hand on the 135-pound Davis. The outcome, Froch warned, could be a serious career-changing injury.
My name was mentioned at his press conference and he shit himself, and the fight was just absolutely fucking diabolical. Again, I've said before, he's not a professional boxer, he never will be, and he proves time and time again that he's not a professional fighter. So, Jake Paul, go on, piss off. He's useless. Who said Jake Paul's got power? It's like he's hitting him with a feather duster, like, you know, just flicking it in his face. It does make you question them wins he's had, where he's hit him with one shot and they fell on the floor like they've been tasered. Can you imagine that being my dream fight and my biggest payday? Fighting a clown. Jake Paul don't know what to do with himself when he's under pressure. You know, he's on his back foot looking at the floor, probably closing his eyes. It's fair to say he's absolutely useless, isn't it? Jake Paul. He can't fight, can he? I reckon looking at that, how many rounds do you think I need to beat Jake Paul? Seriously, 2 rounds or a round? 1 round? Is that the end of Jake Paul now or what? He's absolutely useless.
He made a statement that sent chills through the boxing community. He won't be used to being hit like that. Suddenly, the focus shifted. This was no longer just a joke. It was a seriously dangerous event where the smaller, more skilled fighter was the one in an unimaginable risk.
It's exciting to watch, and he can punch, he gets the job done, and he's young, he's got a massive career ahead of him. Now he's had a tough come from, I don't want to speak for him, but he come from, I read all his bio, I know where he comes from in Baltimore, I know about the streets, and where most of his friends have either died or are in prison. You know, this guy's got heart and soul, and he takes that in the ring with him. Just a hell of a fighter.
What does he remind you of?
Gervonta Davis, the man.
So, if the fight was so dangerous, so unbalanced, and so widely criticized, why would it happen? The answer is simple: money. The world of spectacle fighting operates on a different set of rules, where hype and controversy create massive paydays that often exceed earnings from legitimate championship fights. Even Carl Froch, a man who values his legacy, admitted in a conversation with Simon Jordan that if offered a huge amount of cash, he would fight Jake Paul.
Carl Froch, your reaction to him wants to fight you? Is that a fight that could happen in the future for you?
Yeah, maybe. He seems pretty desperate for money, like basically begging for the fight. I want him to fight Anderson Silva to see if he can get through Anderson Silva. And if he could do that, then I'll fight him for sure.
It was a surprising admission that revealed the financial motivations driving such events. Legacy, safety, and the integrity of the sport take a back seat when a life-changing payday is available. This was not a fight for honor. It was a calculated business move meant to profit from curiosity and outrage.
Gervonta Davis' strengths are people underestimate his boxing ability. His IQ is absolutely fantastic. Look at how he places his shots. Look at the finishing punches that he finds. People miss that. They just go, he's so powerful. He's a knockout puncher. They don't see the cute things that he does. Watch the things that he does inside. Watch the things how he prompts you. Look how he's looking for you to make mistakes. He sets traps. The punch that he drops Garcia with the first time, it's an amazing little set trap that he sets. You know, the one that he gets Frank Martin with as well. The Rolly Romero one where he draws Rolly Romero in. It's crazy. He's happy to give away a few rounds here and there. I mean, the Leo Santa Cruz one, he's just wearing him down. He hands it up. It's a completely different style. The way he beats Leo Santa Cruz and the way he beats Rolly Romero are two completely different styles. Yeah. The way he fights Ryan Garcia was a completely different style again. He can counter punch, he can go on front foot, he can go on the back foot. I just think it's a crying shame we don't see enough of him.
But it seems this time, the hype may have finally gone too far. Just weeks after the fight was announced, everything began to fall apart. Reports came out that MVP Promotions, Jake Paul's own company, had withdrawn its request for a permit in Georgia. The venue for the fight was effectively canceled. This wasn't just a minor issue, it was a full-blown crisis. The chairman of the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission, Rick Thompson, made a public statement declaring that MVP had promoted something they should not have. The sham was exposed. Tickets were still being sold online, and the fight remained on the arena's calendar, but behind the scenes, the event was dead. This sudden collapse left fans and critics wondering if the fight was ever a real possibility, or if it was simply a huge marketing stunt to keep Jake Paul in the headlines. With the fight now in ruins, it raises a troubling question about the future of boxing. We saw a spectacle built on a dangerous mismatch, promoted as a major event, only to fall apart under the slightest scrutiny. It revealed a world where hype is more valuable than integrity, and where the line between sport and entertainment has been wiped away. Is this the future of boxing? A series of staged controversies and circus acts that fizzle out before they happen? Or is this a necessary warning sign, a moment that makes everyone question how far we're willing to let the sport drift from its roots for a quick profit? The silence from the Paul and Davis camps is deafening, suggesting that, for now, the joke is on anyone who believed this was ever about boxing. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.